Okay, question number 2. Before we get to the actual question itself, I want to take a moment to review multiples and factors. The important thing to remember here is that the word multiple sounds a lot like the word multiply, and there's a reason for that. When we're talking about the multiples of a given number, we are multiplying. So, for example, if I wanted to list the multiples of the number 3, I would do 3 times 1, 3 times 2, 3 times 3, 3 times 4, and so on. So again, multiples means to multiply times 1, times 2, times 3, etc. When we're talking about factors, we're talking about what two numbers can we multiply together to arrive at the given number. So for example, if we were going to list the factors of the number 15, for example, what we can do right away is with any given number, we know 1 and 15 are factors. 1 and the number itself is always a factor. If those are the only factors, it's considered a prime number. If not, it's considered composite. So in this situation, we know 1 and 15 will work. Let's think about some other factors, some numbers that we can multiply together to get 15. Well, we know 5 times 3 will get us there. So I got a 3 here. I got a 5 there. When we do this, we're creating a situation where we're able to list all of the factors. Now we can look between the 5 and the 15 and think, are there any other numbers that belong there? Any other numbers that'll fit in there? No, we don't have any, so we know we have all the factors listed. So this is the difference between multiples and factors. I'm going to pause for a moment and talk about a couple of other terms directly related to these. Okay, let's talk about the LCM, or least common multiple, or lowest common multiple of 3 and 5. So we're talking multiples. So we take each one of these numbers and we start to multiply them. We've got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. That's as far as we need to go for the number 3. Let's take a look at number 5 and do the same thing. So we're multiplying 5 times 1, 5 times 2, 5 times 3. I'm going to stop to see what they have in common. And if we continue to list out all of the multiples, we would see a lot of numbers that were in common. What we're looking for is we're looking for the lowest number, not the least common, but the lowest number, the lowest match. As you can see, that's 15. So the lowest common multiple of 3 and 5 is 15. Let's take a look at another term. We'll pause just for a moment. Okay, let's talk about the GCF, or greatest common factor of 12 and 30. So we're not multiplying, we're not making these numbers bigger. We're looking at what numbers can we multiply together to arrive at these numbers. Let's take a look at the number 12. Remember what we did earlier. We put a 1, put a 12. We did this with the number 15 to begin the multiples. And let's move forward here. Let's take a look at the number 2. If this number is even, this will always be a factor. We know that 2 times 6 will get us there. Notice where I placed the 6. I'm kind of thinking ahead a little bit because I know 3 and 4 also happen to be factors. So 3 times 4 will get us there. At this point in time, you can see we've listed all of the factors. Let's take a look at number 30. Let's go ahead and start listing the factors of 30. I'm going to start with 1 and 30. It is an even number, so that number 2 is going to come into play. We'll put 15 somewhere near there. Let's see. Let's look at that next number, 3. Yeah, 3 goes into 30. That's a times 10 situation. So I'm going to create a little more room for myself. And let's see, 4. 4 into 30 doesn't go evenly. Let's think about the number 5. Does 5 go into the number 30? It does. In fact, 5 and 6. At this point in time, You can see we've listed all the factors here. 12 doesn't go into 30, so we're looking at the number 6 here to see if we have a match. We do have a match. So in this situation, the greatest or biggest, largest number that they have in common is the number 6. I'm going to pause here and we'll take a look at the actual question itself. I'm going to end this video here. I'm going to call this a preview for question number 2. Then the very next video will show the complete solution to question number 2. Thank you.